Sup nerds, it's Victoria. I am here in Seoul, South Korea because I'm the host of VCT Pacific, and what that means is you get a sneak peek at some of the backstage stuff. It takes over 200 people to put a broadcast like this together. We got the world broadcast, we have the English broadcast, and we have the Korean broadcast, and that's why there's so many people involved, and it's all happening here. We're gonna show you as much backstage as possible. Hi, welcome to VCT Pacific. We are actually on the very last day. We're gonna be in the stadium until last chance qualifiers. And I'm gonna show you guys a bit of the backstage. I'm gonna show you the casters booth. It's gonna be so much fun. But first, I wanna introduce where I spend all my time on broadcast, the Analyst Desk. Here I am with today's experts, Paper Thin and Quack. And here is our view from behind our desks. We've got our headsets and screens that display the live broadcast for reference. Then we have a screen that we can see, which the producers fill with notes that they can change live. This is usually the running order of the show, all full of shorthand, but we've come to understand it. Then lots of cameras to get all the angle coverage they need. Some high, some low, some moving. Honestly, it looks like a baller newscaster studio. You know, when I first came to Korea, I was kind of nervous, maybe even a little intimidated. And honestly, I love hanging out the desk now. I can hear them in my ear, and I definitely talk back to them when my mic isn't hot. And I love it. I love the Korean production experience, and everything looks so good. And there's no doubt in my mind that the Pacific broadcast looks like one of the best. Then in the other side of the room, we have a small set for our weekly recaps. So the studio gives us good options without having to move everything around. Oh, we're supposed to go up. I pressed down. Okay, we're going up now. Next time Sup Nerd comes to Korea, we're gonna go to the 11th floor. This is where the Esports Hall of Fame is. And I think there's cool stuff there, but it happens to be closed today, which sucks, but there's next time. We are on the main floor right now, the 14th floor. The stadium is actually just around this way. We're gonna access the backstage. So if you're wondering where the teams go before the game starts, they go into these rooms, which is backstage. They're practicing, they're warming up, they're talking to their coach, their managers are there. Any family members might be in there as well to help give them some moral support before they go onto stage. So we're gonna walk through now. Obviously the team's on stage, so we're just gonna see some of the managers and owners of T1. We don't want to disturb Gen G right now, who are fighting. So T1 and Gen G are playing right now, and it's a really close match. So I never get to go to the casters booth because I'm always at the desk as your host. But today we've got Chobra, Will Cho, and we got Brendan Valdez, also known as Valdez. They just use their names. They've both been part of the esports industry for a very long time here in Korea. Okay, this backstage. All right, so here's a view of backstage right now. You can see all the players. The Korean casters are up there, and our English casters are right here. You can see the coaches are down there. I'm ducking here because I don't want to disturb our casters. This is a live broadcast. But you can see Will and Valdez over there doing their thing. So the casters have to be up here throughout the entire match. That means if it's a best of 3, it could be a full 3 game. It could go well into overtime, timeouts, technical pauses. It can be a really long session. But hey, they have seats so they can chill in between when they aren't on camera. Like our desk, inside they have screens for observing the live feed as well as providing statistics and notes from the producers. They also have a pretty great view of the space from where they're standing. As for the main stage, it's a 5v5 configuration facing the audience. Different stadiums have different configs. Honestly, there's no one right way. Yep, they're playing on Zowie monitors. And each has a professional camera tuned for low light for high quality face cams. And of course, lights. Lighting design is always an important factor within stadium builds. A massive VCT light hangs over the playing area, and a big space with super reflective blue floors give a great area for post-game interviews. And of course, for the walkouts. The fully customizable LED walls behind are a matrix of thousands of individual RGB pixel lights, so they're a great canvas for the motion graphics conjured up by the creative team. Then, of course, we have the cameras! Lots and lots of cameras, including 2 mobile camera units for player shots. But one of the newest tech they're using is this AR, which is done by this tiny soda can thing. It's tracking the camera's relative position, and it means they can glue 3D visuals into the real world, which brings the world of Valorant into the real world. It's pretty cool. But now it's time for us to take a walk around the front end of the stadium. Okay, back into the wilderness. And we're in the lobby now where all the audience, the fan members, get to go into the stadium. Which door? Left or right? Thank you. Thank you. And here we are competing for their spot in playoffs for the grand finals. Whoever doesn't win today gets knocked out. It's one thing watching streams online, but it's a whole other thing watching it in real life. And for the players, it's knowing that you've got a fan base who exists beyond Twitter and chat. Hearing the applause and screaming is so different from online play, and the fans get super into it. It's been pretty mutually agreed across the globe that Pacific has one of the best player fan signs. Live LAN experiences are really a massive event. All right, the stadium is so loud right now. Over here we have the English casters. We got Will and Valdez, and Korean for all the Korean broadcasts, which we can hear in this stadium right now. It's coming from those 3 guys. So I was worried about blocking some of the audience's view, but you know, in esports, you don't actually look down here where the players are. You're looking up at the screens. So that's a super quick walkthrough of the VCT Pacific Korean broadcast Backstage. Did anything surprise you? Or did you learn something? Let us know in the comments below. I'm Victoria, aka Chubby Ninja for Sup Nerd, and make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell for more content.